What's up, everybody? This is Kefren, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm going to show you the best settings for your Nintendo Switch. You just bought one, you just plug it in. You have a lot of different options in this one versus the Nintendo Switch one, so we're going to take a look. First of all, go to System Settings here. The first section that we want to go, it's Internet. Go to Internet Setting. I really recommend to use it as with your wire connection, but if you can't, you can definitely go with Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi chip inside of the console is a lot better than the one from the Switch one. Go to Change Settings, select your internet, so it's wire or wireless. Go to the DNS over here. I recommend to go with manual. You don't want to use the automatic DNS from your ISP. It will be more secure and also faster when you want to load the Nintendo Store image and maybe in the future if they release a browser. So I really recommend to use that. Two DNS are very powerful. Maybe Google it. It depends where you live, but normally Cloudflare and Google are the best one. So I'm using Cloudflare. So primary, I put 1.1.1.1. I'm pressing OK, and you need a backup one, so the secondary will be 1.0.0.1. If you want to use Google, it will be 8.8.8.8 and 8.4.4.8 for the secondary, and make sure that you save. So the next parameter that you want to go is your control and accessory. Go to update controller. Your console will be updated when you will plug it in, but my Joy-Con 2 were not, so just update your controller. And also you can update your old Pro controller if you have one. You have to do it over there. Also, if you have issues, you have a couple of stuff that you can use. So make sure also you update your camera if you have it. You can test your camera. You can calibrate your control stick. So if you have an issue, for an example, you're not sure if it's working properly, just move your stick. And you will have a menu like this. So as you can see right now, I'm testing it. Everything is fine. But if it's not fine, you can press X and you will calibrate your stick with the console. You can do the same thing with your motion control. You can test your input. So a lot of cool options that you can do. You can even swap your A and B. So that's pretty cool. If you're an Xbox guy, it will help you a lot for this. In the audio section, if you have an issue with your audio, maybe select a manual one. For me, automatic's pretty fine. You have now two options for virtual surround. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of virtual surround, so when I use a headphone, I deactivate it. I'm not a fan. On my speaker, it's not that bad, honestly, but it's not about Nintendo. I never use virtual surround, so even on the PS5, the Xbox. So definitely do some testing depending on the game that you're playing, but if you like it, just activate it. It will work flawlessly. Also, for your microphone, you can test your input over there. If people are saying you're too loud, you can lower your input over here. So whatever, do what you need to do. And again, if you want different input microphone because you plug it one USB, you can select it manually over there. Now let's go to display, the best section of the console. So first of all, the HDR output, definitely using it if you have an HDR monitor or a TV. Make sure also that your deep color are activated on your HDI. I have an old LG C7 and I had an issue with it, so make sure it's applied on your HDMI. And it will work flawlessly. For the TV resolution, you can use automatic, but in my case, I'm forcing 1440p because I'm using a monitor, and the monitor normally fake that it's 4K when I'm playing on a console, so I really need to tell the console use this resolution because you can use 1440p in 120 Hz on this console, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Dock output information, if you're not sure about your information, look at this. By the way, the menu right now is like at 60 Hz, so that's why you're not seeing 120 Hz over here. And they are saying in this resolution, you can use 60 and 120 Hz, HDR or without HDR. And by the way, if you're playing 4K with HDR, you will be locked at 60 Hz. For the RGB range, you have a couple of options over there. Honestly, I did a couple of testing. Automatic seems fine. When my monitor was compatible with full range, it applied automatically. And when it was at limited range, it works also fine. If you're sure about your range, just force it. But honestly, the automatics option is very good. I also use the screen burn in reduction. This option was available on the Nintendo Switch 1. I have a lot of OLED monitors, so I need to protect those screens. So that's why I'm using it. Match TV power state, I'm not a fan of that. I deactivate it on my PS5 and Xbox. So you close your TV, it will close your console. You close your console, it will close your TV. Sometimes, you know, I just want to close my console and after that watch TV. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. So that's why I'm deactivated. The output over there, really important to use the 100 Hz output. Make sure that you're forcing it. And as you can see, they're saying 120 Hz video is supported at 1080p and 1440p TV resolution. I'm really surprised with this because Nintendo were talking about 1080p. And I know a lot of console, normally the 1440p is not a real resolution for them. So they always lock the amount of Hz at 60. So that's really cool that you can do 120 Hz for your 1440p. I recommend also to use the auto low latency mode. Like for the past 4 years, all the TVs are pretty much compatible with this thing. And HDR output, I didn't do a full testing about it. They're saying full for all software, like they were using some kind of auto HDR. Not too sure about it, but right now I'm using compatible software only. I've played a lot of Mario Kart and honestly HDR looks great. And really important also to calibrate your HDR. So just click adjust HDR, just follow the instruction and it's really easy. I think it's better than the PS5 and the Xbox the way they did it. For the team, I know a lot of people is asking me how to have the dark team, so this is pretty much it. You just have two options for now, light or dark, so I'm using the dark one. So in sleep mode, you have a couple of options, so that's pretty cool. So first of all, when you're playing on a system screen, you can change it manually over here. When you're playing on a TV, I think by default it's 1 hour, but me, I'm using 15 minutes. Auto sleep when playing media content after 4 hours, so you can activate, deactivate. So a couple of cool options that you can use over there depending on the situation and if you really need it. And after that, in this system, really important, make sure that you update your system and your dock. I feel like in the next couple of months, they will push a lot of update to make sure everything is working properly. Right now, I'm running 20.1.1, but I'm pretty sure it's going to change in a near future. So this is pretty much it, guys, for my Nintendo Switch 2 guide. If you have any question, just comment in the YouTube section. I will try to help you the best that I can. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace, everyone.